So I haven't done a video for this year 2024 yet, and I just picked up my medication for asthma at the pharmacy Stop and Shop in Flushing, right by the College Point Multiplex Theater, and I thought this would be a good discussion to talk about my childhood movie theater, which is closing down this summer. So I'm parked right outside of the theater. Of course, this is the rear of the theater. The entrance is the other side. Here was the entrance to Toys R Us, which of course has been shut down. There's a Party Wow. It was a Party City a while ago, but now it's Party Wow, and I don't imagine they're probably gonna stay open much longer if this facility all closes. My understanding is they're probably gonna knock this all down. This place has been open for 26 years. I was 5 years old the first time I came here. I was a couple of months away from turning 6. The first movie I saw here with my uncle, Uncle Danny, took me to see The Phantom Menace. And that was the first Star Wars film that I had seen. I was already into the franchise because I still actually have my VHS copy of Star Wars Droids, the animated series. It was a compilation of a couple of episodes of that, so I was familiar with the droids, C-3PO and R2-D2, but that was the first of the films that I saw, and I have very happy memories of that. And this has been my main movie theater for the last 25 years. It's it's, unless you're people flying into LaGuardia, unless they're going into Manhattan or Brooklyn, they're coming this way on the Grand Central onto the Whitestone Expressway. They're passing this theater. They're passing this thing up there, which advertises all the movies. It used to just be, just have like, it was just kind of like a black and yellow monochrome thing that would list the titles, but they have since upgraded it to like a full resolution, full color images, although it still has some glitches every so often, if you could see that from here. So everyone I knew who I went to like Hofstra with, even if they weren't from Queens, they were familiar with this place. People were coming here from South Queens, Jamaica, just to come to the movies. There's buses that come all the way over here, and they're apparently going to put a logistics center here. What the fuck is a logistics center? I don't understand. And this has been a major source of this neighborhood's economy. It's the College Point Multiplex Theater, but this area is kind of weird. The borders aren't really that clearly defined in Queens, I feel like. I've seen the address for this place being listed as Whitestone. I've seen it listed as Flushing, but the official name for it from the National Amusements company is the Showcase Theater, the College Point Multiplex Theater. So it's, all intents and purposes, College Point. And College Point is a working class neighborhood, which it's kind of been falling apart in recent years. And this isn't going to be good for the area. We're, not only are we losing business, but we're losing a big part of our culture here. This is one of the most popular movies in movie theaters in Queens, and this really sucks. A lot of theaters have been closing down. The age of streaming is taking over, and I guess the average layman doesn't understand the importance of viewing something at a cinema. The immersion, it's a bonding experience if you go with your friends or your family. I've had so many happy memories in this place with friends, family, people who have since passed away. It really breaks my heart. This is where I fell in love with with the movies, this is the place where I realized I wanted to become a filmmaker myself. And when I heard about this earlier this year, I cried. And you know, it sucks, and I get it. It's a corporate franchise, you know, National Amusements, Showcase Theaters, wherever they're called these days. But a lot of independent movie theaters have been closing down too. I used to go to the Squire Theater in Great Neck, Nassau County, Long Island, which it was owned by different owners over the years. Different companies had owned it, but it was always called the Squire. And they shut down permanently because of COVID, and that place had been open for about 90 years. So I could just, you know, they probably had the early Universal horror films playing there on their first run. Ben-Hur, the original Star Wars, and that now it's just rotting empty space. I think there's a lot of factors that have played into this. Some politics, which I don't really want to get into, but you know, it's a lot of economics. It's a lot of you know, again, layman audiences kind of not really giving a shit anymore, which I don't know. Streaming is it's convenient, I guess, but it's just very the quality is ass if you compare it to home video, Blu-ray or 4K. They're certainly much worse than seeing, you know, a very minimally compressed DCP, digitally projected movie, or, you know, oh god, I remember they used to have 35mm here until about 13 years ago, when there was that wave of 3D movies that were coming out, and all these major theaters got rid of their film projectors, which is really sad. I'd like to see that come back a little more. Actually, this last summer I had gone to see Oppenheimer at another Showcase location in, was it Amityville or Farmingdale, because they have a 70mm projector, so I got to see Oppenheimer on a non-IMAX 70mm print, and it was glorious. And you forget just how crisp the image is, you know, more, not so much 35mm but 70mm. It really makes this 4K projection, kind of makes it look kind of disappointing. So maybe that's what they need to do, these theaters, just to drive people back. Just give them something new. I think we live in a digital world, and I think cinephiles are certainly sick of it. I don't know how, again, the average person really cares. But I also didn't realize how expensive the movie ticket prices were. I'm actually, in a couple of hours, I'm coming back here to see the new King Kong Godzilla movie. And I get a discount from my job for, you know, these major cinema theaters, for a lot of the companies, but I didn't realize the tickets for one ticket, this place, it's like over $20. What? And snacks are, of course, are always expensive. So I get it. I do get it that it's become too expensive to do this, to go out and see the movies. But you know, I love me some King Kong. I love me some Godzilla. These two have been going at it for the last 60 years, and you know, I'm excited for this, and I'm excited to well, I'm not really excited. I'm heartbroken that this is going to be probably the last, or maybe the penultimate time I get to see a movie here. I saw the Star Wars films are having a theatrical re-release, so it might be worth seeing The Phantom Menace here, as a closing for this place. It's going to be the altered special edition where they replace the puppet Yoda with the digital model from the other prequels, which is, I guess some people could argue that's an improvement, but changes it so it's no longer the movie that I saw as a 5-year-old boy back 26 years ago. But nevertheless, I think it would still, any kind of version of that movie, I think it'd be fitting to see it here. So, anyone from New York, what are your memories of this theater? Have you ever seen a movie here? Have you noticed it driving on the Whitestone Expressway? Is your childhood movie theater still open? Just let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you, College Point Multiplex.